Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB, a 10-year.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Learning and Development webinar. My name is Pratibha and I'll be your moderator today. So if at any point you have any question or if you want to know more about the GSDC, please feel free to use the chat box. So let's start with the session. Just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, please do let us know from where you guys are watching. So on behalf of the Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all into the GSDC Studio Learning and Practice Real-World Learning and Development Case Studies across industry. You will be unlocking the secrets behind industry-leading learning and development transformation real-world case studies, which you can apply in your daily professional lives. And one of the things which make this webinar so interesting is the amazing expert of panel we have lined up for you. Some of them had already delivered a very incredible and insightful sessions, and others are all set to bring in more powerful ideas. So for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction who we are. Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body. We are accredited by ABICB. Till yet, we have a 250,000 professionals certified with us. We are associated with 1,000 plus multinational companies and 50 plus universities worldwide. We are authorized with 100 plus training providers and 500 plus subject matter experts who contribute to our program. So these are the training providers who are associated with us from the Asia, Canada, Africa, Nigeria, Australia, Singapore, Korea, and many other countries. So special thanks to all training provider to helping us improving our training program. And a very special thank you to our media partner WordPress to help us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. So I wanted to make a quick announcement that we have just launched a very unique platform called GSDC AI Studio, Lifelong Learning Initiative. In this, you will be getting the 100 plus live monthly sessions with global expert, in which you will be getting 4 daily sessions, 45-minute live lead expert lead session for hands-on learning, sessions from global expert. You can learn directly from our AI leader around the world. Real-time practice, you can apply concept immediately and get your question answered. Certification ready, training aligned with industry standard for job ready skills. So do you want to know how you can get the benefit of GSDC AI Studio? Well, let me tell you. So there are 3 ways. First, you have a free 14-day access in which you will be getting the 80 plus live session per month and access to full GSDC Studio. Second, you have a GSDC lifelong membership. You will be upgrading to Pro in $109 and you will be getting the lifetime access, 80 plus live session per month, access to full GSDC Studio, free GSDC membership, and also the access to physical event and LinkedIn profile improver. Last but not the least, we have GSDC certification plus lifetime membership. So participant, this offer is for a very limited time of period. Make sure you're taking the advantage of this offer because it is starting from $100 and you will be getting the lifetime access of GSDC certification, all benefits of lifetime membership, personalized coaching, capstone projects plus AI tool, GSDC Copilot, and competency assessment tool. So currently we are covering 100 plus certification in our portfolio, which include the learning and development, HR, Gen AI and agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. With that, it's time to welcome our today's speaker. Today we have Elisha with us. Elisha is a youth development leader and an ecosystem builder whose journey spans over 7 years across Africa, Europe, and beyond. He is passionate innovation leader and change maker with over 6 years of experience delivering education, talent development, and entrepreneurship programs across Africa, Southeast Asia, and Europe. He has designed and lead impactful projects in Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. He is currently completing a master's degree in sustainable international agriculture in Germany, a decision driven by his ambition to blend scientific understanding with real world development solutions for Africa's future. His work spans youth empowerment, sustainability, and career development. He is originally from Nigeria. When not immersed in work, you'll find him exploring new destinations, navigating to new cities, and watching Netflix series, also enjoying quality time with close friends. And he's also a project manager and talent consultant in Terra Talent. And today he's going to lead the session on owning an experience in learning and development, exploring how learning and development team can design, deliver, and own learner experience that drive engagement and performance. But before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder. If you have any thought, if you want to know anything regarding GSDC AI Studio or GSDC initiative, or if you want to connect with our speaker regarding the sessions or any query, please feel free to use the chat box. Once again, don't be shy. Drop your reactions, a quick comment into the chat box. That's how we know you're actively listening and you're absorbing from this insightful session. Also, we have a surprise for upcoming weekends for the sessions and topics and everything. So please hang tight till under today's session and I'll be telling you the complete details. With that, it's time to welcome Elisha on our platform. Thank you so much, Elisha, coming on our platform. We are very honored to have you as our speaker. The stage is all yours. Eli-
Hello, hello. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here and thank you for having me. I'll quickly share my screen. Just a minute. All right. Thank you, Prabita, for that very interesting introduction. You seem to know a lot about me. All right. So my name is Elisha, but most people call me Kenny. Originally, I'm from Nigeria and I currently live in Germany. Um, Babita already said a lot of things about me, so I think I'll just move on and go dive into the section. But before I go dive, I would like to hear from all of you in the house. So let's just have a quick check-in. Currently, on a scale of 1 to 10, you can just give me a number, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. How actively do you seek for opportunities to turn everyday tasks into learning moments on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest? How do you usually change opportunities into learning a moment? Thank you. Moshi said 7. Aminat said 5. Apollo said 8. Okay, thank you all for sharing. Can I get one more person? I see guys in between 6 and 7 averagely. I'd like to get one more person. Hello, hello. I need more people to respond. All right, let me not take too much time here. This is a second question. On a scale of 1 to 10, no, next slide. On a scale of 1 to 10, how intentionally do you learn from difficult situations or challenges at your workplace? It can be your workplace, it can be your personal life, it can be your career journey. I know we are human beings and sometimes we go through difficult challenges or difficult situations. It is part of life, but how often do you intentionally, keyword, intentionally learn from these situations? I would like to see on a scale of 1 to 10. I see 7 again. Thank you, Apollo, for being very active. Thank you, Emma. She said 8. Okay, I think a lot of people are very intentional about learning, yeah? That's really, really super cool, by the way. Can I get one more person to just give me a number? I have 8 and 7. It can be either in your personal life, it can be also in your own career journey, it can be also maybe in your current job or your previous experiences. How do you intentionally learn from this kind of difficult situation? Thank you, Amina. She said 7 as well. All right, thank you. Very happy to hear from you all. So I always like to share a bit of my story. just to give you an idea in terms of my journey and some of the lessons I've learned and how this has shaping my career journey as a young person. I believe we as human beings, our story is our power, and that power is leadership, and that is why I'm sharing only your experience. If you think about learning, if you think about development, if you think about growing, then there's a lot to learn from your story. So this is my own story, and I hope you enjoy it. So I was a student in Nigeria, and then I was studying agriculture. That was my bachelor's degree, bachelor's in agriculture. But then I wanted to find purpose with my life. I wanted to understand what is the essence of my living. I wanted to learn beyond what I've been taught in the classroom. So in 2016, before I graduated from university, I decided to join an international organization called ISEC in 2016. And I'm being honest, that experience has changed my life up till today. I feel like every single thing I learned has shaping me from this organization. And this organization sets the foundation for my international career in different parts of the world. So ISEC was a volunteering organization that I joined, and I started to volunteer. And then in 2017, when I was in my final year, I took a leadership role, and I got elected, as you can see, as a vice president for the organization in my university. And every single person you see on this picture were working as a team on my school. And my school was located in Nigeria, where they had high rates of insecurity, like a lot of terrorist attack, kidnapping. But because we're very ambitious young people, we're able to grow the organization in my university. We had about 5 interns came from different countries. But the one that inspired me most was a girl that came to volunteer from France, which was crazy. And I was like, she was coming to Nigeria. She didn't go to the places like Lagos that is really interesting, but she came to this place and to volunteer. And that was something that really told me that, okay, I also want to go abroad. I also want to do something exciting. So because of my hunger for growth, I finished my university, and then I joined the national team for ISEC in Nigeria. And then here on this picture was when I went on exchange program. So I went to volunteer in a French country, and that experience was also what really opened my mind to being aware of the world, to be very curious about exploring the world. And I came to Nigeria, and then I started traveling all over West Africa, and then I got selected here as the the director again for ISEC in Cote d'Ivoire. It's also a French country. And this, I'm telling you, was one of the hardest decisions I ever made in my entire life. Moving to a country where I don't know the language, I don't know anybody. Everybody here were Ivorians, as the only international on the team. And that experience made me realize that leadership is also about being resilient. And those experiences really, I learned so much. I learned so much. Mind you, my bachelor's was in agriculture, but I stick another role during the lockdown. I worked for ISEC in Jordan. This was the first time I worked remote in my entire life. We were 6 of us, as you can see, from 6 different countries. So then I understand what it means to learn how to work in a diverse team, multicultural team, living diversity. So 6 people coming together was amazing. But my main purpose was volunteering as a young person, help me to find my purpose in life, help me to find my calling. The fact that I am studying agriculture or studied agriculture did not make me limit myself. It was also about being curious to learning and exploring the world. And then I delve deeper into youth development. I started to empower young people in different countries. So yeah, I had my first job in Tanzania, where I was training young people in entrepreneurship, helping them to start their businesses, and I also work for an international organization as a human resource advisor. But mind you, my background was in agriculture. But because of all these learnings in the past years of volunteering, exploring the world, working in multicultural set, I was able to build different capacity, and I was able to build my a career. I worked also with a company in Singapore, fully remote for 4 years, fully remote. And during my job with this company with Skillio, I was able to recruit over 500 young people, helping them to get internships and even full-time job with companies in Singapore, Taiwan, and even Australia. All started with one thing, my ISEC journey, volunteering. And then currently in Germany, I'm also finishing my master's, where I'm doing my master's in sustainability. So why am I sharing my story? There's a purpose behind this. But before then, why are we talking about owning your experience? Why are we talking about this topic? Why do you think this is important? So number one, most people make a mistake, right? People don't know that in your life at the moment, every single experience counts. Even being part of this online webinar can change your life. My job that I got with this company with Skillio, it was just an online webinar like this. And that is how I got my job. So every single experience counts. It doesn't matter how much you're being paid. It doesn't matter how you are being treated. It doesn't matter how hard it is. Never undervalue your experience. I'm telling you, every single experience counts. Number two, I notice many people don't know how to articulate their skills, their impact in numbers or their growth. It's one of the biggest mistake you will make in your learning or your career journey. You need to learn how to articulate your skills, your impact, and your growth. Companies are no longer hiring degrees. I'm going to be honest with you. I've traveled around the world, close to 40 countries. I've attended the biggest, most influential HR conference in the whole world. And I notice many employers don't really care about your degrees. They care mostly about who you are as a person, your personality, your skills, your skills. So this will lead me to the number 4. Learning and development is not a department. It should be like a lifestyle. It should be something you should take very, very serious. And you should be responsible for learning as much as you can and develop. By learning, I don't mean you must be in a classroom. It might not be only just taking online courses. Even being in a space like this is also learning. You're developing yourself. You're trying something new. You're, going outside your comfort zone. So that is why it's very important to take this very, very crucial and very, very personal. Let's talk about the future of work. We see the whole idea of AI and all of that, but people don't forget in the next 5 years, 60% of job will be soft skills intensive. I had my bachelor's in agriculture as a young person, and I'm doing my master's in sustainable international agriculture, but I have never used my degree to work. This is just the reality. Not for once have I ever used my degree to get a job. I've worked in 5 countries, and every single time my soft skills was what helped me get every single job I ever got. So 60% of jobs will be soft skills intensive in the next 5 years by 2030. So if you think about the future of work, you cannot undermine soft skills. What are those soft skills? Every single thing I learned, volunteering, leadership, communication, these are soft skills that stood out for me. As you can see, over 90% of hiring managers have emphasized that soft skills matter as much as more than even hard skills. So the fact that I will get a master's in sustainability, even when I start applying for jobs in Europe or wherever parts of the world, they will pay more attention, not to my degree, but also to my soft skills. What can you offer? What are your values? Because of the way the world is changing, skills now expire every 2 to 5 years. So you need to keep on upskilling yourself, relearn, unlearn, and all of that. So some of the things that were very relevant 5 years ago are no longer relevant now because the world is changing very, very fast. So it's very important to empower yourself, shaping your mind, and align yourself to what the world needs today and in the future. So that is why I said learning and development is a lifelong discipline. It doesn't start now, it's a lifelong learning. This is just to give you an idea in terms of some of the most important. There are more, but these are the most important soft skills that employers are always looking out for when they want to hire people. Communication is super important. You cannot override communication. Communication is one of the most powerful and most influential soft skills everybody should have. I've seen many people lose their job because of poor communication. Number two, time management is super, super crucial. Critical thinking. There is no amount of AI that can replace critical thinking. You even need critical thinking to use AI. That is just reality. Even problem solving. These are very valuable skills that everybody wants to have and should have. Teamwork, working with a team is super crucial. You need to learn how to work with people, regardless of their skin color, regardless of their background, regardless of wherever they come from. It's super important. Emotional intelligence, digital literacy. How much are you prepared for the future of work in terms of how you use softwares, tools, and being proactive and taking initiative? These days, many companies startups, they don't have that time. People want people who can take initiatives, be proactive and make things happen. So these are super, super crucial, important skills. This is what I wanted to also share about the ownership gap. Most people do not struggle because they lack talent, by the way, but there are some most important things that are maybe lacking. And that is why they said talent is never enough. So one of the biggest thing people struggle is because of lack of self-awareness. I've talked to a lot of people, run interview sections, and it's very sad that people don't even know their top strengths or their top weaknesses. And it shows that they don't even have an awareness of who they are as people. People lack that self-awareness. But self-awareness is one of the most important leadership quality I think everybody should have. How do you understand your strengths? How do you understand your weakness? What are you doing to improve or, be a better person? How much do you articulate your skills? Self-awareness is a very, very important thing that I feel like many people struggle with. So it's very important to maybe go through reflections or understand yourself as a person. How how good are you? What are your strengths? What makes you special? What makes you unique? Number two, skill articulation. I mentioned this earlier. This is something that is very crucial that I think is also really, really lacking among a lot of people. People don't really know how to articulate their skills. Strategic storytelling. Like I said, your story is your power. When they tell people during interviews and then they ask them, okay, my strength is I'm a hard working person. That is all. They don't give any story, no context. And you don't know that most interviewers in interviews, people sometimes have the potential to forget what you say, but they will never forget your story. Your story is your power. So you need to be very strategic in terms of how you share your stories because this is what people will know you for. Skill mapping. You need to understand this kind of skill gap analysis. If you want to pursue a career, maybe in business development, you might need to understand what are the trends of those skills that employers are looking for. Map them out, do analysis. Which of them do you need to improve? Which of them do you have? So skill and mapping is something that many people are struggling with. Development roadmap. Everybody needs to learn. We are not perfect. I quit my job in Africa to come here to pursue a master's degree because I want to become a better person. I want to, develop myself. Finally, confidence to communicate value. You might have the talent, but you might be lacking confidence. I went to a coding school in Rwanda and we met some of the best developers. These guys are crazy. They're building crazy apps, even AI, robots, but they lack confidence. They couldn't even just do a simple introduction of who they are. And it's very, very painful that there are people like this who have that skills, they have that power, they have that talent, but they don't have the confidence to even sell themselves. And going with a delegation from Germany, the companies were not impressed by the soft skills of confidence. But when you have this culture of ownership, owning your experience, you can solve all of this. And moving on, I'll give you a case study. A graduate that has no background applied to Google's APM program. And this is a lady who has inspired me. She's from Germany, by the way. She never did tech, no background in tech. She finished her studies, her bachelor's, and then she applied with Google in one of these countries, and she got the job. Now, what did she do right? She documented all her leadership roles. Like I said, people will remember you for your stories, but also your skills. Every company are looking for people that have leadership experiences. So I would advise you, if you have not had experiences leading a team or even joining organizations like GDSC, please, the earlier you do that, the better. So she documented her campus leadership roles, and then she translated what is non-technical skills into product competencies. So it's about trying to leverage what you have to fit in what is needed. Let me repeat it. It's about leveraging what you already have into what is needed. When I landed my first job, it was in a country where I don't know anybody, in Tanzania, and my job was to work as a startup manager. I have never owned a startup, a proper startup, but I was able to convert all my experiences, my leadership into that kind of role, and then created a portfolio that shows impact from leading youth organizations. If I can lead youth organizations, then I can grow startups to grow as well. Yeah, it's about how you use storytelling to communicate your value. Like I repeat, your story is your power. So the lesson learned is your industry doesn't determine your destiny, but your storytelling can determine your output. So think about any industry, think about your story and see how you can connect the dots. This is the second case study. Let's look at an example of Deloitte. It's a consulting firm. They usually hire mostly people that has problem-solving potential. They always look at the soft skills. Your experience is not enough. They always want to pick people who are good with problem solving. Yeah. Now, what is important here was use your star stories for campus projects. By a star story, so star is like a framework. It's called situation, task, action, and result. Sorry, situation, task, action, and results. So star framework is something that you can apply whenever you're applying for any kind of roles. The idea is to learn how to showcase your value, to tell your stories. So I will give you an example. I was applying for a job when I came to do my master's in Germany with the current company I work with. And I used my stories to get a job. This situation was during my time in Cote d'Ivoire, I was the country director for incoming global exchange programs. So basically, I was responsible for bringing people abroad to come and do internship in Cote d'Ivoire. That was the situation. What did I do? I had to partner with NGOs, startups, companies to accept these students as talents and young people. And what was the action? The action was very simple. I did a lot of campaign. I did a lot of partnership. I did a lot of marketing, and what was the result? Over 600% growth in 6 months. I hosted over 200 young people traveling from over 18 countries, coming to Abidjan to come and work in Cote d'Ivoire. So whenever I go for interviews, I always share this story. And this story alone has given me a lot of opportunities, a lot. So it's always important to use this kind of framework to share your stories, because measured results, even in small roles, count. Like I started by saying, every single experience counts. There is no any small experience, every single experience counts. So measured results, even in the smallest of roles, counts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Every experience counts. Just show structured thinking, demonstrate influence without authority. Leadership is not about authority, it's about influence. What did you do? People want to know your story. What did you do? What steps did you take? So structure your experience like a consultant. You can even make the whole process very conversational, make it very measurable, clear, and even replicable. I'm almost done. Sorry, I won't take too much of your time. Um, yes, so this is just to give you an idea of the experience ownership framework. We are talking about owning your experience in learning and development. Number one is awareness. Like I said, it's very, very important to understand who you are. But what is more important is know your skills, understand your passion and development gaps. Even me, I'm still learning. When I realized that I wanted to become better, I had to pursue a master's degree. When I wanted to be a product manager, I had to take online courses as a product manager. So it starts with being self-aware, know your skills. What are those gaps? Try to bridge those gaps. Understand your passion as well. It's super, super important. Same thing, translate all these experiences you're having, even attending webinars, every single thing counts. Just translate them into a powerful narrative. What I will also say is invest intentionally in learning. I saw the GDSC, they have a lot of online courses you can take. See it as an investment, see it as an exposure, right? It goes a long way. And finally, always share your story. We have platforms like LinkedIn where you can share your story. Like let's say your story is your power, and that power is leadership. Share your story. You don't know who will find you. You don't know who will contact you. Many people have contacted me without knowing me on LinkedIn. Yeah. So go for speaking programs, writing, write articles. Even when you're applying for big opportunities, they want to know, have you written an article before? Yeah, I was applying for the US green card, and I was surprised they were asking me about if I've written a paper before. So every single thing counts. You never know. Share your story, share your journey. It will go a long way. Now, in terms of building your career story, I always like to say, who am I becoming? Because it's not only for you, even for me. What do I want to become in the next 5 years? What are my short-term plans? What are my long-term plans? What experiences are shaping me? What problems do I really want to solve? Why should people trust me? If you look at this question, you will know how to build your story. Who am I becoming? There's something I always say is a golden cycle. Your why, your what, and your how. But in this situation, I'm turning this cycle upside down. Who am I becoming? What experiences have shaped me? What problems do I want to solve? Why should somebody trust me? Why? Why am I the best person to give this topic? Why did the GGDSC contacted me? Finally, it's about people. I think one of the biggest thing beyond everything I've said that can change all our lives, to be honest, is networking. This year alone, I've been to over, I can say more than 20 events and conferences. in more than 5 or 6 countries. It's crazy. Why am I spending so much money in networking? Beyond applying for roles, I'm telling you, one of the best gifts you can ever get is human capital. Not everything you need in life you need to pay for. Not every job you will get in life that is by application. Networking is key. Think about how much quality of people you have in your life. That is even way much more than the money you have in your bank account. Not everything you need to pay for. And this is why I said it's an L&D strategy. Networking is not even just about having people, it's about relationships. How are you building relevant relationships? It's really, really important. These days, many people make a mistake. They just go out, waste your time, but it's very, very important that you need to really build relationship. And these are the three rules I always use personally for me. Always add value before asking. I will never just approach somebody on LinkedIn and start asking him for job. No. Think about value. Think about genuine relationship. Be consistent. Show up whenever they need you. Be consistent. Follow up when you go for events. Follow up after the month. Don't wait until when it's 5 months, 6 months before you start reaching out. Build relationship. It's super, super important. Sorry. And you can also learn through platforms like Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn has also a learning hub. There's HubSpot, there's IBM, there's Google Skillshare. So there are many platforms or pathways where you want to learn and how to stay relevant. I talked about this, keep learning. The world is changing very fast. Even me, I have to keep learning. It's all of us build cross-industry skills. Yes, if you want to stay relevant, you have to build relevant skills that is required in the current world we are today. Track your progress. You can do this either quarterly. What have I achieved in the last quarter? What are my priorities in the next quarter? Also have your personal development plan. I think many people lack this, but it's good to have a PDP. I call it PDP, personal development plan. It can be the amount of books you want to read. It can be learning a new language like French or German, and then share your learning publicly. All of these are ways you can stay relevant. And finally, document your growth. It's good to always record what you have done. Yeah, even I speaking in this webinar, I'll put this in a record. Yeah, because when you write it down, you can easily recall your successes, celebrate your little wins. You have to keep track of all your activities. It doesn't matter if it's volunteering, if it's extracurricular activities, just document your growth. Like I said, every single experience counts. So for each skill you have, always try to give an example, context, how you demonstrated those skills. Don't just say it. Yeah, because this is what people will always remember you for. And yes, this is all my sharing, and I am happy to take questions. Babita, if there's any question, you can let me know.
Thank you so much, Alicia, for the amazing and insightful session. So, the participant, the floor is officially open for question and answer. So, if you have any question, please feel free to use the chat box. So you have received a very positive feedback from Amina. Thank you for sharing your journey. Very inspiring. So thank you so much once again, Alicia. So,
Thank you.
Alicia, we do have few questions from the participant of YouTube and LinkedIn. So, the first question we have that what are the most effective strategies to personalize learning experience at scale according to you?
Sorry, can you please repeat the question?
What are the most effective strategies to personalize learning experience at scale?
Okay, the most effective strategy to personalize learning experience.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Sorry, go
yeah, I
ahead.
think, yeah, thank you very much for that question. I think for me, I feel like it's good to understand the direction you want to pursue. When I wanted to change my career direction to becoming what I am doing at the moment, sustainability expert, I had to do like a research on some of the most important skills that companies look out for in this regard. So what I did was I had to do like a skill gap analysis, right? Having a skill gap analysis means you have to understand what skills do you have and what are the skills that are lacking. So then find ways to bridge those gaps. It can be by experiential learning. Not everybody likes to learn from classroom. Experiential learning can be okay. I want to take an internship. I want to volunteer. This is also a way to learn. I want to take an online course, right? I want to, there are many ways to learn. So it can be taking an online course and all of that. So this kind of skill gap analysis is something that I feel like I can recommend depending on the direction you want to pursue.
Thank you so much for those detailed and thoughtful answer. So the next question we have, how can technology and AI support deeper personalization and learner autonomy in your thoughts?
Sorry, can you please repeat the question?
Yes. So in your thoughts, how can technology and AI support deeper personalization and learner autonomy?
How can technology and AI support deeper?
Deeper personalization and learner autonomy.
Okay. I think we see how like AI is changing the world today. We have a lot of AI tools, AI platforms, and all of that. So with regarding AI, there's a lot happening with we have like Chat GPT, we have Gemini, we have Claude, we have too many AI platforms beyond even Chat or Open AI. So it plays a role, yeah, but I always believe in the deeper sense of experiential learning and also understanding critical thinking. You have to be very, very critical in terms of how you use AI. AI is good, but you need to be very, very careful to also understand who you are as a person. AI is here to make things efficient for us, but it's not meant to change how we should learn, right? It can only make us, not to replace us, but to, make us even much more better. So you can use AI to be more efficient, but it should not replace your own sense of critical thinking and values. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the insightful answer. So we have question from one of our participant, Mosumi. Which leading indicators do you track to predict whether a program will succeed?
Can you come again, please?
Which leading indicators do you track to predict whether a program will succeed?
It depends on what kind of program, right? You cannot use one indicator or two indicators for all kind of programs. So it depends on what kind of programs. So for example, if you are doing a training program, you want to know what is the training outcome in the lives of the participants, right? What kind of knowledge have they gained and what are they using that knowledge for? So this is a way to check some of the KPIs. If I am working with startups to track their KPIs, I want to know how much revenue they're making, how much monthly progress, have they made one sales or new customers? So different programs have different indicators. So maybe the person asking the question can be maybe much more specific, and then maybe that can be easier. I think it was from Moshumi. Yeah, if you can let me know what kind of program, then I can be able to answer the question much more specific.
So thank you so much for those detailed and thoughtful answer, Alisha. So I would like to inform to the participant, I really apologize for not able to take more question because we are running out of the time. But I have shared Alicia's LinkedIn ID into the chat box so that you guys can connect with them. So Alicia, we are going to take the last question now. So how do you balance business goals with learner needs when designing learning experience?
How do I what?
How do you balance your business goals with learner needs when designing learning experience?
I think it's just about priorities, time management. If you understand that is why I talked about self-awareness. Self-awareness is really, really important because when you are self-aware, you know your priorities, you understand your strengths, you understand your weakness, you will know how to manage your time very, very well. You will know what to prioritize at a given point of time. So this also boils down to being self-aware. How self are you? How self-aware are you as a person in terms of your strength, in terms of your weaknesses? But what plays a big role is also about time management. So we all have time, but what to do with your time also counts. And that is why I wrote in that list that even companies are looking for people who are very, very conscious in terms of time management. It's a very, very important skills. So you need to be very, very organized, have a Google, a calendar, track your activities, use your note takers, just be organized and you will see everything is just well aligned. I'm doing my master's at the same time I'm working, I'm doing a lot of side projects. At the same time, I'm traveling, I'm still enjoying my life. So everything boils down to how you manage your time and set your priorities.
Thank you so much for those amazing answer. And as I told you, the participant, I really apologize, will not be able to take the more question, but I did share the Alicia's LinkedIn ID into the chat box so that you don't miss out. Do connect with Alicia for any queries or any consultation. I'm sure Alicia would be happy to help you out, guys. Right, Alicia?
Yes, absolutely. I'm always accessible on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me and yeah, happy to connect. My LinkedIn is open for everyone. Thank you very much, Pravita. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alicia. So before moving forward, would you like to give any final comments?
I really wish to see on the chat box to know where are people joining from. Is there anyone joining from Nigeria, from Europe, from Asia? It would be nice to just know where people are joining from. And yes, thank you very much for inviting me, Prabita, and your team. It was really nice to be on this space. Hopefully we can keep in touch and connect some other time. Good to see somebody from India, Bangalore. Hi, I mean not from the UK. Good to meet you. It's always good to know. Oh, Apollo from Uganda. I used to live in Uganda for 2 years. I worked there for 2 years. So it's good to see somebody all the way from my second home, Uganda. Nice to meet you. Please let's connect on LinkedIn and yeah, we keep in touch.
Thank you so much for that, Alicia. So, moving ahead, participant, if you guys are ready for opting the certification into the learning and development, so now the certifications are available into the website. You can opt it from our website. And we are also giving a complimentary coupon code to our participant, which will give you a 20% off. And I'm sharing the coupon code link into the chat box for your convenience, guys, so that you don't miss out from this offer. To get the certification from our website, use the coupon code link and get 20% off for opting it. And as I have started introducing this tool in the webinar from last few weeks, and I'm very much happy. The GSDC team is very much happy because we are getting, participant feedback, the DMs of the people who are using this tool because they are finding it very useful for making their job hunting journey easier, and some of them also got landed a job by the help of utility tool. So I would strongly recommend to you guys if you're on a job hunting journey, because in today's AI era, everyone take help from the AI to make their professional journey easier. So HRs and recruiters are also one of the people who take the help from AI to screen the resume for sending out to the next process of the interview. But that is also one of the biggest reason that most of the candidates are getting rejected, resumes are getting rejected, even though having the experience and skills, because their resume is not up to the AI screening system or AI ATS. So what you can do, you can take the help of utility tool, log in into utility tool by your LinkedIn ID and password, and whichever job designation you are targeting, the industry you are targeting, it will give you a recommendation according to that to completely revamp your LinkedIn profile, and it will help you to make your job hunting journey even easier. And for making you even more easier, we are giving a complimentary code to all of our participants, which will give you 100% off, guys. So for opting for using this utility tool, you will get 100% off the discount. And I'm sharing the coupon code link into the chat box, so don't miss out on this offer. Take the help of utility tool, because everyone is taking from the help, so why you're not? Take the help from utility tool, use the coupon code, get the 100% off discount, and make your job hunting journey even more easier. Stand out your resume in front of the HRs and recruiters. And as I told you at the starting of webinar, so I'm going to, like, we are planning a new topics and new surprises for you guys in the upcoming month, because new year is here. So we want now our participant to give the learning experience which will make them ready for upcoming 2026. So please ignore the 2025 into this slide. By mistake, I've added that. But the topics are like, our research and development has done a lot of research onto the trending topics which will make you future ready, which will make you ready for the upcoming new year 2026. And we are decided to cover all of the topics into the December. So starting from the first week, from 1st December to 5th December, we are going to cover the topic that is the future of learning analytics from data to decision, crafting effective learning journeys beyond the classroom, coaching as a catalyst, empowering leaders and team through learning and development, learning experience design, the art of engagement, and reskilling the workforce for next decade. And we are also changing the timing because it is holiday season, and we want everyone to enjoy their holiday, as well as we also want every learner to be a participant in our learning journey, so that they can also learn the skills which they can apply in their professional life. So now the learning and development webinar is going to be conducted at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, 11:30 p.m. Singapore time, 9 p.m. Indian time, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And as the other webinars are also having the same surprises, they are also the topic are going to cover, which is going to make you future ready, which is going to make you ready for the 2026. So for ISO, we are covering the topics on trending topics, which is going to very much help you in the 2026. That is AI ethics and compliance, aligning with ISO 4201 and global regulations, AI system lifecycle managing, designing, deployment, and decommissioning under ISO 4201, understanding Annex A, B, C of ISO 421, the lead auditor's playbook, principal competencies and ethics, and audit planning made easy from pre-audit reviews to audit checklist. And we also have changed the timing of ISO because we have observed, we have gotten this feedback from our participant also, that some of the participant, actually not some, most of the participant wanted to join the ISO and learning development both webinar, but they were both being held on the same time, so they were only able to join only one webinar. So now we have changed the timing, and now the ISO is going to be at 8:30 a.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Singapore, 8 p.m. Indian, and 9:30 a.m. Eastern timing. So I hope to see you all there as well. And this is the last but not the least, AI implementation series, because as I told you, AI is on the rises, right? But in 2026, there are going to be new models launched, new tools launching of the AI, and we wanted to be ready for that. So we are going to be covering the topic language models and sentimental analytics for smarter and financial decision, generative AI for fraud detection and financial crime prevention, credit scoring 2.0, reinventing risk assessment with generative AI, algorithm trading 2.0, generative AI for market strategies optimization, explainable and ethical AI building trust and financial decision system. And this is also going to be from December 1st to December 5th. Till December 5th at 7:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. is Indian, and 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So Earlier, because we were getting the feedback that that participant were not able to join in all of the webinar because of the timing issues and everything. So now we have separated all of the webinars timing. Now you're going to have AI at the 7 p.m. Indian timing, 7:30 a.m. Central timing, 9:30 p.m. Singapore timing, 8:30 p.m. India Eastern timing. You're going to have ISO at 8:30 a.m. Central timing, 10:30 p.m. Singapore timing, 8 p.m. Indian timing, and 9:30 a.m. Eastern timing. And then you are going to have learning and development at 9:30 a.m. Central timing, 10:30 p.m. Singapore timing, 8 p.m. Indian timing, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern timing. So now you guys can join all of the webinars and can take the advantage of every tool which you wanted to learn. Either it is learning and development, otherwise it is ISO, or it is generative AI. So moving ahead, it's time to celebrate our today's referral champions. We have Bhanu Durgesh, EBI, and Avinash Kumar. So special thanks to all three of you for helping us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. Keep the momentum going. You can be also part of our referral championship. So what you have to do, if any of your peers, colleagues, and professional wants to join for this webinar, please feel free to refer the registration link, which you will be able to find into our GSDC website. And every referral will earn you a point. So once you hit a $50 point, you will be able to get a free gift certification voucher. And if you want to be one of our speaker for learning capsules, webinars, podcasts, please reach out at pratibha@gsdccouncil.org. And these are the platform where you guys can connect with us, our LinkedIn, our website, our WhatsApp groups. Also, please do drop your feedbacks and suggestions on the reviews.io. We would be happy to know that. And with that, it's time to come to an event. Thank you so much once again, Alicia, for the amazing and insightful session. Thank you so much to all the participants for joining into our learning journey. Till then, keep learning, keep energizing. I'll hope to see you all in the next week. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Good night.